said that actions will be taken against the deputy governor to also serve as an example to other people who will endanger the lives of other Kenyans by putting their lives in danger in terms of infections with the coronavirus. So today is the day, but we don't know the kind of framework that has been put in place here at the courts, because what we understand from last week is that the manner of which the cases were conducted is that some were being conducted by judges through video links, and of course that is something that perhaps maybe we're also expecting to see happening during the case the similar case with the DG. But of course also we will be speaking to court officials and of course also the law enforcement officers to also understand how exactly this will be done. But we understand is that the court process will begin at around 9 o'clock. The DG spent the weekend at the police station. We are informed that he was taken to Port Police Station where he was taken into custody on Friday. So since Friday he's been in custody, in police custody, and we are expecting his arraignment today. And of course also we are following up on other areas with regards to the efforts by the law enforcement and the health authorities in terms of containing the spread of COVID-19. But of course also we'll be speaking to different stakeholders in health sectors and in several other sectors to understand the different efforts that they have been put in place so that they ensure that this particular virus is kept at bay. But of course what is also not worth noting is the fact that the social distancing and the several guidelines that have been put in place, especially where most people crowd, for example at the Likoni crossing channel, according to the authorities, the commuters have adhered to some of those regulations, and of course we will again be visiting those areas to just inspect and give an update on what is happening. But of course also remember the county government of Mombasa has begun the registration of persons. These are people who are yet to receive food in terms, they are yet to be given food by the county government. We are informed that the names been taken in several areas, including Changamwe, Mikindani, and other areas within Kisauni, and these are people, vulnerable people, and they will be given priority when it comes to food distributions. This is something being done by the county government of Mombasa, and we saw on Saturday the Emergency Response Committee on COVID-19 inspected a godown where several food items had been stored, and what we are waiting for is now to be informed when this particular exercise will begin. We had the county governor Hassan Joho saying that this particular exercise is being conducted in order to cushion the vulnerable from suffering in case the coronavirus situation in the country worsens. Then if at all the government decides to lock down the country, then of course they'll use these food items to distribute, to feed the people within the region. Of course, remember Mombasa comes second in terms of the COVID-19 positive cases after Nairobi, and of course not only Mombasa, there's also Kwale and Kilifi counties which are among the coastal counties that have been affected by the virus, and we've seen several sectors take a hit due to this coronavirus. Hotels are closing down. Employees are being sent home because there are no more guests. There are no more tourists coming to the coast region. And remember this, the tourism sector is one of the key areas that boosts the economy of this region, not only the entire coast region, but of course also having to boost even the country's economy. But of course, I'm sure that the government has put in place several measures to ensure that they will be able to address these issues. And of course, also there's something that we bumped into this morning at Buxton area here in Mombasa, where we saw wholesale traders engaging the law of enforcement officers with the county's inspectorate department. We saw some of the traders forcing over 10 lorries carrying vegetables, forcing the way into Kongowea market. Remember, the county government had come up with a framework to decongest the market, and of course putting in place several measures like banning the sale of mitumba, and this we've seen has been met by defiance when it comes to the traders who are saying that they cannot comply with some of these directives in place because the county government came up with satellite markets, one of them in Tononoka and another one in Likoni, and even went ahead to waive some of the extra revenues that were remitted by these traders. But we're seeing that the traders are meeting these directives with a lot of defiance, demanding that they need to continue with what they have been doing at the Kongowea market. So we're also expecting the authorities to speak about this issue because we are seeing tens of them demonstrated this morning and even blocked traffic from the Buxton area, and police had to give them way, and we saw them making their way towards Kongowea through the Nyali Bridge. So as of now, we don't know what's happening in that particular region, but of course we'll be speaking to the law enforcement and of course other stakeholders within the market to also understand what are some of the key concerns that are being channeled. I mean, they're being aired by these traders. But of course, also remember, whatever that was being done there at the market is in the benefit. I mean, and it's in the I mean, a way of trying to contain the spread of the virus. And of course, also will be, I'm sure that the police bosses are already conversant of whatever is happening, the situation, the current situation there. And we even saw that some of the police officers try even to shoot in the air to disperse the traders, but that did not bear any fruit. But of course, also we are sure that they are currently in engagements. I mean, they're talking to find a solution to resolve whatever issue that is happening. But of course, also not forgetting that the health authorities are putting different measures and even a warning of instituting stiffer regulations so as to contain the spread of the virus. So we are on top of everything that is happening in the coast region, and make sure that you stay tuned to NTV. We will be giving you more information with regards to the efforts done by the government as far as the virus is concerned, and of course we'll be bringing you up to speed to other things that are happening across the coast region together with my colleagues. Back to you, Julians.